If your car feels a little lazier than it used to, if the idle isn't as smooth, or your fuel economy has quietly slipped, there's a problem growing inside your engine right now that almost nobody explains correctly. It's not bad fuel, it's not aging spark plugs, it's not even the transmission, it's carbon buildup. And here's the uncomfortable truth most shops won't tell you. The way carbon is usually cleaned can actually shorten engine life. Meanwhile, in Japan, engines quietly rack up 300, even 400,000 miles using a method that doesn't involve chemicals, additives, sprays, or teardown. It works while the engine is running, and once you understand it, you'll never look at engine maintenance the same way again. Carbon buildup isn't loose dirt you can just rinse away. It's hardened fuel residue baked onto intake valves, piston crowns, combustion chambers, and exhaust components. Modern engines are especially vulnerable because of direct injection, higher combustion pressures, thinner piston rings, and EGR systems that recycle exhaust gases back into the intake. Over time, that carbon slowly steals power, roughens idle, increases oil consumption, hurts fuel economy, and causes pre-ignition and knocking. But the real damage happens quietly. Carbon traps heat. That extra heat breaks oil down faster, stresses piston rings, and accelerates internal wear. Many engines don't actually wear out, they carbon out. That's why so many people reach for chemical cleaners, intake sprays, fuel additives, engine flushes, all promising fast results. And sometimes they do make the engine feel better for a short time. But here's what experienced Japanese technicians understand that most others ignore. Aggressive solvents remove carbon too quickly. They loosen large chunks, wash debris into piston ringlands and oil passages, clog oil pickup screens, damage catalytic converters, and score cylinder walls. Fast cleaning looks impressive. Slow damage isn't. This is why many longtime Japanese mechanics avoid chemical shock cleaning entirely. Their philosophy is simple. Slow is safe. Fast is risky. Instead of trying to dissolve carbon, they burn it away. Carbon is carbon, and carbon burns. The key is how you burn it. Japanese engineers focus on combustion control, not chemical attack. Sustained temperature, correct air-fuel ratio, steady airflow, and stable oil pressure allow carbon to oxidize naturally without harming metal surfaces. This isn't theory, it's the foundation of how their engines last so long. This method isn't an additive, it's not a flush, it's not a spray, and it's definitely not redlining your engine for a few seconds. It's a controlled driving technique designed to raise combustion temperatures safely and hold it there long enough for carbon to break down gradually. Japanese taxi fleets, delivery vehicles, and high-mileage commuter cars have been using this approach quietly for decades, and it's one of the reasons their engines stay clean internally. The first rule is non-negotiable. The engine must be fully warm, not just the coolant gauge looking normal, but oil temperature stabilized. Cold engines have tighter clearances, thicker oil, and uneven combustion. Pushing load too early creates more carbon instead of removing it. Japanese mechanics typically want 15 to 20 minutes of normal driving before doing anything else. No shortcuts. Once the engine is truly warm, the next step is where most internet advice goes wrong. This method does not involve redlining. Instead, it uses sustained mid-range RPM, usually between about 2,500 and 3,500 RPM, held steadily for 15 to 30 minutes under light to moderate load. Not stop-and-go traffic, not short bursts, steady driving on a highway or long open road. Here's why that window matters. Combustion temperature rises gradually and stays consistent. Carbon oxidizes slowly instead of breaking off in chunks. Oil pressure remains stable. Metal components aren't shocked. It's hot enough to burn deposits, but not hot enough to damage parts. Japanese roads make this easy, but it can be done anywhere with consistent cruising conditions. This approach is especially important for direct injection engines. These engines are infamous for intake valve carbon buildup because fuel never washes the valves. Sprays rarely reach evenly, and aggressive cleaners tend to knock deposits loose. Sustained airflow and exhaust heat, combined with controlled combustion, gradually raise temperatures in the intake and combustion chamber enough to reduce buildup over time. Is it as dramatic as walnut blasting? No. Is it safer and more comprehensive? Absolutely. Japanese mechanics prefer prevention and gradual cleaning over invasive procedures. Another detail that surprises people is fuel choice. No additives are needed. Higher quality fuel burns cleaner, supports more stable combustion, and leaves fewer deposits. Japanese technicians rely on combustion chemistry, not bottles. Cars that depend on additives but keep poor driving habits almost always see carbon return quickly. When this method starts working, the changes aren't instant or dramatic. Throttle response becomes smoother, idle gets quieter, knocking and hesitation fade. Fuel economy improves gradually. It's subtle but consistent. That's the Japanese way. Results you feel over time, not overnight. So why isn't this common advice outside Japan? Because it doesn't sell anything. There's no product, no flashy service package, no dramatic before and after photos. And because the results are gradual, many people assume nothing is happening. But engines tell a different story years later. The real secret is how often this is done. It's not a one-time fix, it's a habit. Many Japanese drivers and fleet operators use this technique every 2 to 4 weeks for daily driven cars, or about once a month for lower mileage vehicles, often before an oil change, not after. Carbon buildup is continuous. Waiting for symptoms means the damage has already started. Japanese mechanics don't fight carbon problems, they prevent them from forming. Duration matters too. A few minutes of hard driving does nothing. Carbon doesn't burn instantly. It oxidizes slowly at sustained temperature. The commonly cited Italian tune-up fails because it's too short. The minimum effective time is about 20 minutes, with 30 being ideal if conditions allow. Anything under 10 minutes just heats things up without maintaining the burn. This approach protects more than valves. Carbon creeps behind piston rings. When rings stick, oil control fails, compression drops, and oil consumption rises. Chemical flushes can actually force debris into ringlands and make things worse. Gradual combustion avoids this. Particles are microscopic and removed safely. This is why many Japanese engines still show excellent compression and low oil consumption at 250 to 300,000 miles. There are times when you should not use this method. If an engine already has severe knocking, low oil pressure, a flashing check engine light, or overheating under normal driving, this is not the solution. This technique is preventative, not a rescue mission. Japanese mechanics inspect first, then apply, never the other way around. Compared to walnut blasting, the difference is philosophy. Blasting cleans intake valves quickly. It does nothing for piston crowns, ringlands, or exhaust carbon. Controlled combustion works everywhere heat reaches and improves overall thermal efficiency. One approach is surgery, the other is lifestyle. Japan chooses lifestyle. Oil plays a role too. Japanese technicians pair this habit with shorter oil intervals, not thicker oil. Burned carbon ends up suspended in oil and trapped by filters. Extended intervals keep contaminants circulating longer and accelerate oil breakdown. That's why many Japanese vehicles still follow conservative oil changes even with full synthetic. Clean oil supports a clean engine. Look at real-world results. Japanese taxi fleets routinely exceed 400,000 miles on original engines. Their routine is boring but effective. Proper warm-up, regular sustained mid-RPM driving, and conservative oil intervals. Longevity isn't luck, it's habit. Ironically, modern engines need this more than older ones. Direct injection, EGR systems, low-tension rings, and thinner oils all increase carbon buildup. Older engines tolerated neglect, modern ones don't. That makes this approach more relevant now than ever. And let's be honest about limits. This won't fix broken parts or magically reverse severe damage. It won't clean catastrophic sludge overnight. What it will do is stabilize performance, slow wear, and extend engine life year after year. Japanese mechanics don't promise miracles, they promise longevity. Most drivers never learn this because it's boring, no drama, no instant gratification. But engines don't care about excitement, they care about physics, and physics rewards consistency. Carbon isn't an enemy, it's a byproduct of habits. Change the habit, and carbon fades on its own. That's why Japanese engines don't last longer by accident. They last longer by design and discipline.